1019 KACQ.
Good afternoon. I'm Casey Chapman here with your local Lampasas area news. This newscast is service of Hoff Power Ranch and Supply. It was a very quiet weekend for LPD. Officers responded to a criminal mischief in the 1100 block of Bridge and went out on a possession of drug paraphernalia call in the 1400 block of South Key. Dispatcher sent them out on a reported theft in the 700 block of East Avenue J and a few suspicious vehicles and activity calls, including the 700 block of Old Georgetown Road, the 2300 block of West FM 580, and in the 900 block of South Spring. Other than that, officers swept up a couple of non-injury wrecks, one at Castleberry and the other on Siouxanne and Bel Air. No arrests were made by the city. The county booked in 27-year-old Fort Worth woman on a failure to appear charge. Lomita cleared a wreck and went out on an animal complaint. Kempner had a handful of suspicious person calls, and county deputies settled a disturbance, responded to an alarm, and went out on a reported sex offense. The burn ban has been lifted until May. Stick around. More Lampasas local area news is coming up next.
An old friend the other day lives in a town about 40 miles from here. Hadn't seen him in a long time. Glad to renew the acquaintance. After talking old times for a while, I asked him why he was in town. Said he came here every so often, mostly to go to Hoff Power's Ranch and Supply to pick up feed or renew his feed contract. Really, I says, do they treat you right? Oh yeah, he says. I check around on prices here and they're right on down there on cattle feed, especially if you contracted. Store inside's pretty good too, he says. Get your blue jeans or a pair of boots if you need them. Better selection of clothes and ranch stuff too than you can find around here anywhere. Pretty good recommendation, I thought. Hoff Power's Ranch and Supply.
The governor's launched a new program designated to slow border smuggling operations. He calls it Operation Lone Star. In a statement, the governor says that program will target drug smuggling and those smuggling people across the borders. He says DPS troopers and Texas National Guard troops will be deployed to border hotspots. He blames a spike in illegal immigration on the Biden administration, allowing asylum seekers to stay in the United States while awaiting their hearing.
So under the Biden administration, he is releasing into the United States people who are COVID positive who are going across not just Texas but elsewhere in the country.
The governor says many of those coming across are COVID positive. For your COVID-19 update, yesterday's estimated active COVID numbers around the region reported from the state shows Bell County up 51 since Friday, with 563 active cases. Coryell County revised their numbers down by over 450 cases. They're now reporting only 104 active. Burnett also revised their numbers down by over a half. They went from 487 down to 209. Mills down 34 with 29. San Saba reporting no active cases. And Hamilton down by 20 with 15. Here locally, as of Friday, Lampasas County was reporting 15 active cases. That's up 5 from the previous report. 2 remain hospitalized, and the number of fatalities now stands at 28. The number of total cases in the county is now at 2,063. Walmart will be offering the Johnson & Johnson vaccine soon. To schedule an appointment, you need to either have or register for a Walmart.com account. Then go to walmart.com/COVID vaccines and follow the prompts. The pharmacist at our local Walmart said they are working on a phone sign-up for residents with no access to the internet. If you haven't noticed yet, TxDOT installed a new traffic light just east of Kempner at the intersection of 190 and 2808. The lights are on flash mode through Wednesday, but will be fully functional on Thursday and will be sensor activated. The governor's mask mandate expired on Wednesday. But what does that mean for Lampasas students and staff? LISD Superintendent Dr. Shane Rasco stated that all district staff members who want to be vaccinated must be given the opportunity prior to lifting the restrictions, and staff members who are vaccinated should be given the full dosage at the time stipulated for the vaccine to be ruled effective. Dr. Rasco went on to say that the interest of continuing to have school and traditional graduation ceremony at the end of the school year without delays and closures, the district will continue the mask order. The decision to maintain the current health safety protocols will be reevaluated on at least a weekly basis. As more information is obtained, the district will consider lifting the requirements and getting back to normal. Texas expects a lot more COVID vaccines this week. Russell Scott explains.
More than 1 million COVID-19 vaccine doses will arrive this week. Almost 250,000 will be the new single-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine. The federal government will send more than 200,000 doses directly to pharmacies and federally qualified health centers. The state will send out another 930,000 doses. Teachers have been added to those eligible for the vaccine, and Governor Abbott says openings for others will be coming soon.
They will do that on a rolling basis because they want to make sure that there's sufficient vaccines so that you don't have people waiting in line too long. But just to clarify, because it probably would be more like early May as opposed to late April, when everyone who wants a shot will be able to get one.
So far in Texas, more than 4 million people have received at least one dose of the COVID vaccine. Russell Scott, TSN News.
In sports, Lady Badger softball had no problem containing Giddings 12-8 in Saturday's tournament, but fell to Troy 9-2. The girls hit the road tomorrow against Burnett, JV at 5 and varsity at 7. Badger varsity baseball squeaked by Killeen on Saturday 9-8. The boys kick off district play tomorrow, taking on Gatesville on home dirt. JV at 4:30, varsity at 7. You can catch the varsity game live on KCYL 1450 on the AM side or on lampasasradio.com.
1019